So here's the first thing nobody tells you. In 2026, applying for a UK student visa usually doesn't involve any sit-down interview. There is no officer across a desk stamping your passport on the spot. Almost all of it happens online. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what you need and where each piece actually happens. I've been through this myself, so I'll tell you how it really works. Let me give you the full picture first. I'll take you all the way from your university offer to the moment you land in the UK, and we'll go through every single document UKVI can ask you for. And the most useful part, I'll tell you clearly which ones you just upload online and which ones you actually have to do in person. Think of this video as your complete map. The next one is where I show you the small print that quietly gets people refused. Alright, let's get into it. Before the documents, let me walk you through the journey so that you see how it all fits together. There are 9 steps. First, your university makes you an offer and issues your CAS. Second, you gather your evidence, your money, your TB test, your English, and anything extra that applies to you. Third, you apply and pay online on gov.uk. Fourth, you prove your identity. Fifth, you submit your documents. Sixth, some applicants get a credibility interview, and these days, that's usually a video call. Seventh, UKVI makes the decision and emails you. Eighth, you get your digital eVisa. And ninth, you travel. From outside the UK, you'll usually get a decision in about 3 weeks. Okay, now, let's talk documents. Here's something that surprises people. Only 2 documents are actually mandatory for everyone: a current passport and a CAS. Your passport is your travel document and your proof of identity, so that one's pretty obvious. The CAS is the one people get confused about. It stands for Confirmation of Acceptance for Studies, and it's basically a reference number your university gives you once you've accepted an unconditional offer and met their conditions, usually after you've paid a deposit. What it does is record your course, your fees, your course dates, and the documents the university has already checked, like your qualifications and your English. Everything else I'm about to go over is conditional, meaning you only provide it if it applies to you. So let's go through those, starting with the one that causes the most stress: money. We covered some of this in the last video, so you should definitely check it out. But in any case, there are 2 amounts you need to think about. The first is your course fees for the first year, and you don't have to guess that figure. It's printed right there on your CAS. The second is your living costs, and these are set by gov.uk. So they are the same for everybody. If you're in London or studying in London, you need to show £1,529 a month for up to 9 months. If you're studying anywhere else outside London, it's £1,171 a month, again for up to 9 months. Now, there is a timing rule that trips a lot of people up, and it's called the 28-day rule. That money has to sit in your account for 28 days in a row, and the closing date on your bank statement has to be within 31 days of the day you apply. You'll usually prove all of this with bank statements or with a letter from your student loan company or official sponsor. Now, some nationalities don't have to upload this upfront, but I'll be honest with you, that's not the free pass you think it sounds like, and I'll explain why in the next video. Next up is the tuberculosis test, and the first question is whether it applies to you at all. You only need a TB certificate if 3 things are all true. You're coming for 6 months or more, you have lived in a listed country for 6 months or more, and you were living there within the last 6 months. Those listed countries include places like India, Nigeria, Pakistan, China, Kenya, Ghana, Bangladesh, and plenty of others. There's a full list checker on gov.uk, and I'll link it below in the description. So go and check whether your country is on it. If it is, don't worry, it's pretty simple. It's a chest x-ray at your home office approved clinic, and that bit matters. It has to be an approved clinic, not just any hospital near you. As long as you're clear, they give you a certificate that's valid for 6 months. For children, it's a bit different. They see a clinician first, and kids under 11 aren't normally x-rayed. My advice, get this done early because it can hold up everything else. Let me quickly run through the rest, and remember, you only need these if they actually apply to you. There's an ATS certificate, and we covered this in the previous video. You would only need this if you are doing or studying certain postgraduate sciences or research courses. Apply for that one online early because it can take a few weeks. There is proof of English. If your CAS doesn't already confirm it for you, there are your academic certificates and transcripts, the ones listed on your CAS. If you're under 18, you'll need written consent from both your parents plus your birth certificate. There's a sponsor consent letter if you've got an official sponsor funding you. And finally, anything that isn't in English or Welsh needs a full certified translation. And that's it. That's the complete set of documents. So now let me show you how you actually submit all of this. You apply and pay online on gov.uk. The application fee from outside the UK is £558. And then there is the immigration health surcharge on top of that. When you apply, you'll get an application number. It's called a GWF or a UAN. And you want to keep that safe because if you've got dependents, they'll need it later. After that, you prove your identity, and there are two ways this can happen. Either you scan your passport at home using the UK Immigration ID Check application, which means no appointment at all, or you book an appointment to give your fingerprints and get a photo at a visa application center. You don't have to figure out which one you're doing. The system tells you when you apply. If you do need to go in person, the appointment will be at a VFS Global Center. VFS is the company that the Home Office uses to run UK visa centers around the world. And there's one really important thing I want you to understand about them. VFS only handles the logistics. They take your fingerprints, your photo, and your signature. It's a quick, inkless scan. And then they forward your file on. They do not decide your visa. That decision is made entirely by UK Visas and Immigration, and it's UK VI who email you the result. As for your documents, most of the time you'll upload these yourself online before your appointment. That's free, and you can keep adding to them right up until the day before. Or if you would rather, you can pay VFS to scan them for you at the center. They also sell a few optional extras, things like accessing the premium lounge, courier return of your passport, or faster processing. Those are genuinely useful if you want more speed and comfort, but I want to be straight with you. None of them make your application any more likely to succeed. Now, if you're bringing family with you, this next bit is for you. If you're applying on your own, feel free to skip ahead, but if you're bringing family, here's how it works. Your partner and any children under 18 can come with you as a dependent, as long as you qualify. You prove the relationship with a marriage or civil partnership certificate for a partner or a birth certificate for a child. And if you're an unmarried couple, you'll need to show you've been living together for at least 2 years. So think joint tenancy agreements, joint bills, joint bank statements. There's also extra money involved for each person. £845 a month if you're in London, or £680 outside London. That's on top of your own funds. Each dependent makes their own application online and does their own identity check, and their visa ends on exactly the same date as yours. There's actually a really important eligibility rule here and a relationship tip I learned the hard way, but I'm saving those for the next video. Once you're approved, here's the part that catches people off guard. You don't get a card or a sticker in your passport. The old biometric residence permit, that's gone. Your status now lives entirely online as something called an eVisa. You create a UK VI account, you link your passport to it, and that account becomes your proof of status. From it, you generate something called a share code, which is what you give to airlines, landlords, and employers to prove who you are and that you're allowed to be here. So the moment you're approved, go and set that account up. Don't leave it sitting there. So let me leave you with one practical thing to actually do. Even though all of this is digital now, I still want you to print every document and put it in a folder with clear plastic sleeves. Your passport copy, your CAS, your TB certificate, your financial evidence, your certificates, and your eVisa share code. And here's why. You're going to need these exact same documents again and again at the UK border, when you open a bank account, when you register with a doctor, when you enroll at university. Your eVisa proves your status, but it doesn't carry your paperwork. Your folder does. So that's the whole process and every document you need. But here's the thing, knowing the documents isn't the same as not getting refused. There's a whole layer of small print sitting underneath all this that quietly sinks thousands of applications every year. And that's exactly what I'm covering in the next video. The hidden mistakes that get UK student visas refused. So subscribe so that it shows up on your feed, and I'll see you over there. Oh, by the way, this video is for general information only and is not legal or immigration advice. Immigration rules change frequently. Always confirm the latest requirements on gov.uk or with a qualified advisor before acting. This is accurate as of June 2026. All right, bye.